No one believes everything they see or read. Do you believe these? Tomorrow in class, you will be discussing computer use. To prepare, let's consider all the ways we use computers and technology. To simplify things, when I say computers, I'm referring to all the devices that people use to access the internet. In school and at home, we use computers and devices to find information for a variety of reasons. We may also use computers to connect with people through email, blogging, or social media. Many people use computers to play games, listen to music, or watch videos. Think of other ways we use the internet. If you think of a good one, jot it down and bring it to class for discussion tomorrow. Of course, people use computer applications to create documents, spreadsheets, slide presentations, and audio and video files, but these don't necessarily require internet access. For this lesson, we're mainly concerned with online activities, research, communication, and entertainment. Let's look at research, one of the most important ways that we use online materials at home and at school. Consider this website about the Pacific Northwest tree octopus. It looks legitimate and it reads like straightforward informational text, but there are some clues that tell us that maybe it's a fake. The URL looks incomplete and it ends in .net. Clicking on the link to the home page shows that the website is your source for conspiracies and other diversions, and that it has been serving the paranoid since 1997. If you scroll through the octopus page, you will see that Greenpeace is spelled green peas. And if you click on the Activities tab, you'll find a guide for making a Halloween trick-or-treat box to fill with candy corn and shrimp, the octopus's favorite treats. Now, there may be some fun ideas and things in here, but when you're researching to find information for a school project, you want to make sure that it's good information. Good information is clear, concise, and correct. The internet is a vast collection of information, some of which is good, but a lot of which is poorly written, too simple, too difficult, too old, or flat out wrong. As you research, it's very important to consider whether or not the information you find is from a reliable source, and whether or not it's relevant. You also need to keep in mind the fair use of information. Make sure that you always write things down in your own words instead of copying, and always cite your sources. When you use the computer for communication, there are different considerations. If you email someone, you want to make sure that you communicate a clear and correct message with the right tone. Email, like text messages, can easily be misunderstood because the person who gets it can't see your face and can't hear your voice and may not understand sarcasm or joking. When you comment on someone's blog, make sure you keep a positive tone. If you are arguing an opposing viewpoint, make sure you do so in a non-threatening way, explaining your point clearly while maintaining that positive tone. Same thing goes for social networks such as Facebook. Remember that when you post text or pictures to Facebook, Tumblr, or Instagram, you can't take it back, even if you try to delete it later. It takes milliseconds for someone to see what you've put on the internet, and only a second for someone to screen capture that offensive post. Like gaming, music, and videos, social networking is also a form of entertainment. One of the biggest concerns in the highly interactive worlds of social networking and online gaming is user safety. People can get in trouble for all sorts of things, like sharing too much information about themselves. If you tell the world that your whole family is going to Florida for the week and that you're dropping the dog off at your grandma's, it's clear to everyone that your house is empty. And if you say that you're walking to your friend's house after dark, you might be putting yourself in danger. You also need to make sure you're equipped to handle problems that might arise interacting with people. Social networks and games are powerful tools for cyberbullies, people who use those tools to harm others. Using online entertainment also requires responsibility. There are laws in place about how you can use and share other people's property, such as songs and video clips. Make sure you know what the rules are and to follow them, both because it's the right thing to do and because there can be serious consequences for misuse. You are now going to use 3 eBooks for tomorrow's activities: How to Beat Cyberbullying by Judy Monroe Peterson, Social Networking, Big Business on Your Computer by Nick Hunter, and Get Ready for a Winning Science Project, Super Smart Information Strategies by Sandra C. Buzinski. You don't need to read each book cover to cover, but you will need to skim each book and come up with 2 to 3 main ideas. Remember that when you skim, You are looking for main ideas and key information. Find the headings and the subheadings. Read the first sentence of each paragraph, and read the introduction and conclusion paragraphs. For tomorrow, please write down 2 to 3 ideas that pertain to each book. You might note something you strongly agree or disagree with, or you might find an idea you want to follow up on, or something you want to make sure to do or to avoid in the future. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to use Mackin Via. To log in, use this username and password, Mackin, and flipped. Now you should be at the home screen. Click on View All Titles and all 3 books will appear. Choose which one you want to read first and click on the red button that says Open Now. Remember to write down 2 or 3 key ideas for each of the books and bring them to class for discussion tomorrow.